played hockey growing up, all the way from mini mites at 6 years old through junior hockey at 18, 19 years old. And I loved it growing up. It was a fun sport to play. I got hurt during juniors, so I had to transition, go to college, and I got the opportunity here at Franklin Pierce just to broadcast the games and talk about it and just share my love for the game. And so I took them up on their offer, and 4 years later now I'm, I think, breaking records for how many games I've called. Coming into college after getting hurt, I was kind of devastated not being able to be around the sport anymore. When I applied to colleges, post-surgery, I thought I was going to be an athletic trainer, but when I got to Franklin Pierce, I saw the radio booth on campus, and I was told that sports media is a major that's offered at this school, and that I could talk about sports, not just hockey, but sports in general, and do that for my 4 years in college. And the idea of doing that and doing it for a living just really, it pumped me up, because when I got hurt, the team I played for, the New Jersey Renegades in the Eastern Hockey League, they gave me the opportunity to broadcast games after I got hurt as their color commentator. So after doing that and then coming to Franklin Pierce, the stars aligned and it was a perfect situation for me. So for me, a broadcast really starts 2 days before the game even happens. You're doing a lot of prep work, a lot of research goes into a broadcast. Every player at this level has a story, they have stats, they have a background. Whether you're a play-by-play announcer or a color commentator, it's your duty to bring that in and to bring a little bit of flair into the broadcast and do your research and know what you're talking about. So 2 days beforehand, I start doing my preliminary research, looking up who's on whose team and what did this player do, where did they go to school, was it public or prep or private school, where do they play juniors, if they play juniors, are they Canadian, did they play Canadian juniors, did they play in the EHL, the USPHL, the NA, the NA3, the USHL, all these different leagues. There's so many different things to learn and there's so many different backgrounds for every player. So that's what I usually do 2 days before the game. The day before the game, I get my lines if it's hockey, or I get starters and stuff like that for other sports. And then I start building my cheat sheets, and that's the line charts that I make for myself that has all the information that I need on it. So just like I mentioned, all those leagues, for our guys here at Franklin Pierce and our girls, I have the team they played for before Franklin Pierce, the league they played in, stats they had in those leagues, who they played with on those teams, when they came to Franklin Pierce, their stats at Franklin Pierce, their hometown. Anything that could come up in a broadcast really goes into those cheat sheets. And then that's really the day before the broadcast or the day of the broadcast kind of mixes in a lot of the prep work. And then the time for the broadcast at the game, we're setting up. It's not a, oh, I'm the technical director, so I have to set up, or oh, I'm play-by-play, so I don't have to set up. You have to do everything. It's a team effort, and you need to know how to do it when you graduate. So it's important that everybody does it. So we set up the broadcast, and right after that, it's go time. There's no wasting time just sitting down and talking. It's you're up, you're ready to go for a pregame show 25-30 minutes before the start of the game, and yeah, then you're going. Broadcast is on, and it's time to put on a show. At the end of the day, the goal of a broadcaster, whether you're by yourself or with one or two other people, is to produce something that the viewer is going to be happy to see, produce something that you're going to be proud of. So you're working in a team to do that and produce a quality broadcast. But I definitely think that my background, one as a hockey player, but two really as an athlete, gives me a little bit of an advantage over other people that didn't get to experience that growing up, because when it comes to hockey, I know the terminology, I know the sport, I know systems, right? I know what it takes to be successful at the game. And so I can bring that into my broadcast, as well as my work ethic comes from being an athlete growing up. You can't just be good at your sport just by waking up in the morning. And I think you can't just be good at broadcasting just by showing up to the rink or showing up to the court once or twice a week and broadcasting a game. You have to go back and watch tape and practice and all these things that you do when you're an athlete. I think I've been doing them as a broadcaster. Actually, I don't think I know. I do them as a broadcaster, and I think they help me out because of it.
Up a bye tonight with some help from Sacred Heart in terms of a tie or a loss. Back to Brightville. Brightville set up Prive. Good look. Shot. Score.
There's Michaela Kelly. There it is. She's been red hot. She scored last game, and she gets the Ravens on the board just about halfway through this contest, Paul.
Kelly fired up. 7th goal of her career, and it's 1-0.